Hey guys, OgreBarberian here, back for another in-depth look. This time we're going to take a look at Black Canary, Dinah, Laurel, Lance. And the reason we're going to look at her is because she has her challenge coming up very soon in this month. And she also just had her rework recently last month. So, something of note about Black Canary, her gear set is actually that of a physical tank. So don't be surprised when she starts gaining massive chunks of HP and not a whole lot of speed. So don't be surprised. Alright, so her basic attack is Spin Kick, damage to an enemy and gain an evasion net. And this does go up to 3 evasion stacks, so not a terrible way to use a basic. Gaining evasion is always nice. And her legendary on this is minus 40% turn meter if target does not evade. This is really powerful. A basic attack that gives her evasion ups, as well as eating a huge chunk of meter off of the enemy. This is monstrous. I highly recommend taking this one early. And then we have her secondary attack, Wildcat Haymaker. Damage to an enemy, apply 2 strength downs. This does go up to 4 strength downs. 10% chance to stun per strength up on target. So if your enemy is stacking a bunch of strength ups, like a cyborg or a power girl, she is literally going to take those and just stun them because, yeah, your own strength just got used against you. So this is very handy, and it does go up to 4 strength downs. So even if it doesn't stun the target, it does kind of cripple them if they're a physical attacker. Very strong. And then the legendary for this, Silence the Enemy. Again, silence is pretty strong, so not bad there. But there's an additional part to it that says 7% damage per strength up on the target, max 10, so plus 70% damage at max. That is a huge number. And then we have Canary Cry, light damage and apply 1 hit chance down to all enemies. And this does go up to 3 hit chance downs, so this coupled with her evasion that she'll grant is just absolutely monstrous. I really like how Black Canary's rework turned out, and this is one of those reasons why. It's an AoE, gives everybody hit chance downs, and the legendary for this, 70% chance per enemy to minus 25% turn meter. This is incredible. She is a meter controlling nightmare. She has meter down all over the place in her kit, and she also has the hit chance downs and the evasions, and it's just like she's gonna be a nightmare to deal with if she gets rolling. Her passive, gain 15% turn meter, which does not go up. It appears if an ally takes damage. So if any member of your team takes damage, 15% turn meter, just bloop. She gains turn meter to compensate for her kind of low speed. If Black Canary evades, there is a 30, 40, 45, 60, 75% chance at max for an ally to counterattack for her. That's pretty good. So we're going to definitely look at ways to, if she evades, we're going to look at ways to use allies' basic attacks to help control the battlefield for her. So, and then minus 1 cooldown for Wildcat Haymaker if an ally evades. That seems pretty cool. Alright, and her team leader ability. There is a giant wall of text, and I will simplify it for you at the end of the day here. So at the end of Black Canary's turn, 50% chance for Black Canary and allies to gain 3 evasion up if no one in her team has evasion up. Or 50% chance to use Wildcat Haymaker if all allies have evasion up. Now, the chance on this does go up to 100%. And to simplify it for you, if everybody has evasion, she's going to punch somebody. If nobody has evasion, everybody gains evasion. That's pretty monstrous, I think. So, and it's 3 evasion, so it's not like it's a small, it is kind of small, but it's not like it's insignificant. So, and then she also applies the hit chance downs, and she does a lot. So I think it's definitely an underrated leadership ability. She's definitely strong in this aspect. Her kit will definitely play into it nicely. So we're going to find ways to play into this leadership ability since it is so cool. And then the legendary for this, grant 1 awareness to an ally when they gain evasion up on their turn. This is only on their turn. If they do not already have an awareness. So they can't have one already either. So they can only ever have 1 awareness, and they can only gain it if they gain evasion on their own turn. I don't really like that ability. It seems a little underwhelming to me personally. I am more a fan of these giant meter swings and the silence. Yeah, I think the meter on her basic and the meter on her Canary Cry are going to be your first 2 regardless. And then probably her silence and extra damage on Haymaker, followed by cooldown to the Haymaker, and then finally the leadership ability. I don't really like the leadership ability personally. So, I mean, obviously there are teams that will utilize it more than others. So, and we'll look at that as we go through her team comps here. So this first team comp I have here is Black Canary, Wonder Woman, Defender of Justice, Batman Beyond, and Scarecrow. So this team, none of the other characters can gain evasion. Okay? So Black Canary's passive or leadership ability will grant them evasion as long as she herself doesn't have it, and as long as Batman Beyond doesn't have his little bit of evasion. I think it's a legendary even. I'm not really, I can't remember off the top of my head. So he does have evasion, but as long as you stick to what you know, which is going to be basic attacks for the most part, from Batman Beyond, because you want that hit chance down to couple with the evasion granted from Black Canary, and the hit chance down from Black Canary, and the hit chance down from Scarecrow. There's going to be a lot of hit chance downs coming from all over the place. And then Canary will grant everybody evasion, and then Wonder Woman can use her basic and grant them more evasion, and it's just going to be absolutely silly once it gets rolling. Nobody's ever going to hit you, I think, with this comp. I really like this comp. It looks really fun. Alright, the next team we have, this one is actually the Evasion team. So this team is designed to keep Canary using Haymaker every turn for those strength downs, the possibility to stun and silence them as well. So you've got Black Canary, Siren, Livewire, and Harley Quinn Mad Jester. And obviously, Livewire and Harley start the match with evasion. Black Canary and Siren both gain evasion fairly quickly. Siren's there for bleeds to just help bleed out tougher opponents that these gals can't do a ton of damage to. Livewire even does special damage to help in that aspect too, in case you're being stonewalled by a cyborg Superman or a Bane or something. Livewire should help cut through that a little bit, along with Siren to help cut through that. So, and these gals will all be gaining evasion, so they'll also make great use of Canary's legendary leadership to gain those awareness to keep them alive a little bit longer, because they are all a little bit squishy at the end of the day. So this is the only comp that I could really think of that was actually good for her leadership ability. But this next one I'm going to show you is probably my favorite one and does not use the legendary leadership. Alright, so this is a total meter control team. So we have Black Canary as our leader, we got Green Arrow Castaway, we got Clayface, we got Captain Cold. So the idea with this team is that Canary will reduce 40% turn meter on her basic. Green Arrow, if invisible, will reduce turn meter 40%. Captain Cold will reduce turn meter by like 25%. And then Clayface will apply speed down, which is basically reducing turn meter a little bit, when he uses a basic. So all of their basics just control the speed at which the opponents can actually do anything. And Clayface helps Green Arrow stay invisible. Captain Cold can apply huge meter down and speed downs. Clayface can apply speed downs all over the place. Like, the enemy is just not going to ever take a turn. And then you have Castaway Green Arrow there for buff purging as well, along with Captain Cold's buff purging. So, like, there's a lot of potential here to just never let your opponent have a turn. I really like this concept. I really do. It seems like a lot of fun. So I'm looking forward to the Black Canary event personally. I am going to get her up to Legendary finally. And I may actually play with her at some point. She seems like a lot of fun. So, as always, leave a comment, like, and subscribe. Enjoy, and grind on.